Hey there, and welcome to the WhatCinephile channel, where you get quick movie recaps and reviews. Before we jump right in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to us so you know when the next recaps are dropping. This film is told through 3 different points in the protagonist's life. Part 1. Little A drug dealer named Juan meets with one of his boys near the town's dope holes in Miami. A junkie is desperate to buy something from the other man, but he is constantly turned down. Juan walks by a hole that a group of bullies has chased a young boy into. Before leaving, the bullies throw rocks at the window. Juan removes a wooden board from the window and discovers the boy hiding. He takes the boy out to eat and asks him his name, but the boy does not respond. Juan takes him to his girlfriend Teresa's house, where the boy finally says his name is Chiron, but the other kids call him Little. Juan returns Chiron to his home the following day. His mother, Paula, brings Chiron inside and separates him from Juan as he bids him farewell. On a field near the railroad tracks, a group of schoolboys play. Chiron leaves the group, trailed by his only friend, Kevin. Kevin tells Chiron that he must demonstrate to the other boys that he is not a softie in order for them to stop picking on him. They have a mock fight before running away. The boys are in a room after class, showing each other their penises. Chiron enters the room after Kevin opens the door for him. He unzips his pants and approaches Kevin and the other boys. Juan teaches Chiron how to swim at the beach. They sit on the sand as Juan tells Chiron about his own childhood, emphasizing the importance of forging one's own path in life and not allowing others to do so for him. Juan notices someone smoking crack in the streets late at night. He discovers Paula's relationship with the man, who is her boyfriend. Juan chastises Paula for smoking crack, but she responds that he sold it to her. They argue about Chiron's upbringing, with Paula asking Juan if he is trying to raise her son, and if he understands why the other boys pick on him. She later returns home and angrily refers to Chiron as a faggot. Chiron goes to Juan and Teresa's house in the morning. He expresses his dislike for Paula before asking Juan what a faggot is. Chiron asks if Juan is one after Juan explains. He then inquires about Juan's drug dealing and selling to his mother. Juan appears tearfully remorseful as Chiron departs. Part 2. Chiron is now a teenager, having skipped a few years. Juan died a long time ago. A punk named Terrell harasses Chiron at school, mocking him in the middle of class until their teacher kicks Terrell out. Kevin goes up to Chiron after class to brag about getting a blowjob from a girl on the staircase and getting detention for it. He also bestows the nickname Black on Chiron. Chiron continues to pay Teresa visits for food, a place to crash on occasion, and occasionally for money. When Chiron returns home, a very high Paula appears and begins demanding money from Chiron so she can get more drugs for herself. She tries to take money from his pockets until he relents and gives it to her. Terrell and his friend approach Chiron as he walks home from school and taunt him about his mother and Teresa. When Chiron responds angrily, the two threaten him and force him to back up. Chiron goes to the beach and relaxes on the sand. Kevin appears moments later and shares a blunt with him. They discuss their goals with each other and eventually get close enough to kiss. Kevin then performs a handstand on Chiron. Chiron tries to sit with Kevin before Terrell at lunch at school. They have a pleasant conversation as Terrell recalls an old game called Knocked Down, Stay Down, at which Kevin apparently excelled. Terrell searches for someone for Kevin to knock down. He chooses Chiron and forces Kevin to hit him. Kevin reluctantly strikes Chiron in the face a few times and tells him to stay down. Chiron continues to rise, prompting Terrell and his friends to begin stomping on him. Later, Chiron meets with a social worker who urges him to reveal the identities of his assailants. He believes that if he says names, nothing will be stopped. The next day, Chiron walks into class, grabs a chair, and slams it against Terrell's back, knocking him to the ground. Chiron attempts more hits, but is stopped by the teacher and other students. Later, he is arrested, and Kevin sees him being driven away in the police car. Part 3. Black. The plot jumps forward about 10 years. Chiron is a drug dealer living in Atlanta after serving time in prison. He lives alone in a small house and has grown significantly larger than in his youth. Chiron receives an unexpected phone call one night from Kevin, who obtained Chiron's number from Teresa. Kevin regrets what happened at school and what he did to Chiron. Chiron remains silent, but sheds a tear. Kevin informs Chiron that he is now working as a cook in Miami and invites him to visit him for a free meal. Chiron visits his mother while traveling through Florida. Paula is furious about how she treated Chiron as a child and for allowing her drug addiction to take control of her life. She tells Chiron she loves him and understands he doesn't have to reciprocate. Paula is forgiven by Chiron. Chiron walks into the diner where Kevin works. Kevin is taken aback to see Chiron sitting at the front counter. He prepares a chef's special, a Cuban dish, for Chiron. Kevin brings them some wine to drink. Chiron is still relatively quiet, but the two eventually start talking. Kevin claims to have had a son with Samantha, whom he is married to. When Chiron asks, "Y'all still down?" Kevin responds, "Nah, not like that, man," though he and Samantha are cool because of Kevin Jr. To Kevin's chagrin, Chiron admits to selling drugs. Chiron asserts that it is what it is, but Kevin disagrees. Kevin invites Chiron to spend the night at his apartment. Kevin admits that he is not where he expected to be in life, but he is content with his job and family. Chiron claims to have not been touched by anyone since Kevin in high school. Chiron and Kevin then sit on the bed, Chiron resting his head on Kevin's shoulder while Kevin strokes Chiron's head. The film concludes with Chiron as a child standing alone on the beach. Don't forget to subscribe to the WhatCinephile channel for more movie recaps, reviews, trailers, and news.